Good evening, all my beautiful friends who have liked and joined Jadd, A Voice for the Children. Many of you have watched the documentary, which was really such an incredible journey to relive and to face the traumas that we as a family went through. And through that, it brought up a lot of old emotions, because there were times where one had to be in warrior mode in order to cope, literally. There was no time to fall down, because literally you were living in high emergency all the time. And I always knew, as I mentioned in the documentary, that this Jadd couldn't have gone through so much without there being a bigger picture. And that got me through this intense and phenomenal journey. It's like when a diamond is formed, it goes through so much pressure, and then this beautiful, beautiful, magnificent diamond emerges. And sometimes we look at our struggles and it feels so tough, you don't think you're ever going to get through it. But if you can just see that there's something that you might not be able to see at the time, but it'll make a lot more sense later. And this is what this journey has been for Jadd and myself. It's been heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. But through this, I was just contemplating yesterday, and I thought to myself that so many of us are going through loss, whether it's the loss of a loved one, loss of our energy, loss of part of our body functions, the enormity of stress, the loss of business, the loss of friends, the loss of touch, and all these beautiful things that we took so for granted. And now that I'm moving and walking this journey with Jadd as he makes his final voyage to the divine, I thought to myself, I've been faced with so many obstacles in my life. And through this, I've risen and risen and risen again. And this is through just sheer resilience, really being able to build my resilient side. And I realize that I'm a teacher, and I can teach through my living experience, because I'm a mom and I'm human, and I cry and I get angry and I get scared and frightened, and all these things are natural emotions and reactions, and how I've worked with them, and in that way become resilient. And through this, I realized that, wow, I'm going to be doing daily little videos, blogs, to give you tools, give you inspiration to walk this journey with me, to feel what it's like. Because people look at Jadd and they go, oh, well, he's one in a million. You take one of those conditions and you live with that for the rest of your life. It's not easy. It really isn't. And that I'm going to go into later as well. But I just wanted to touch base and thank you so much, all of you, for joining as you walk this journey with me and my darling son, me being his voice and him in his total presence, really creating the biggest voice, one of the biggest voices for humanity. Thank you so much for taking the time out just to spend following Jadd's story.